Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So there's been quite a number of conversation between the Labour government and the Migratory Advisory Committee on reviewing the £38,700 salary threshold requirement for you to be eligible for applying for the skilled worker visa. And to be honest, I think it's not fair. There are quite a number of jobs in the UK and quite a number of opportunities. However, not many of them is willing or even able to pay entry level roles 30,700. Let's be sincere. Even with the NHS, I think before you can get a job with sponsorship with the NHS, you must be thinking of getting a job at a band 7, which is a mid senior role. And to be honest, which of the NHS trusts will give an entry level a band 7 role? That's a managerial role within the NHS. So the truth is, there's been conversation between the two parties to have a conversation or a review around the 30,700. So it becomes not so impossible or so difficult for immigrants to be able to apply for the skilled worker visa. So if you want to learn more about this, if you want to know more about the salary threshold requirements, then you sure do want to stick to this video to the end. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, do also hit on the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And my returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. 30,700 is not just affecting those who are looking at applying for the skilled worker visa. Even those on the family route are also being required to make that amount of money before they can bring in their spouse into the UK. Now, one of the latest news shows that the Labour order review of planned 30,700 minimum salary requirement to bring a partner to the United Kingdom. Now, the Home Office secretaries ordered the MSC to review what the minimum income requirement for family visa should be. And the sincere truth is that being able to like bring your family to the UK now, you actually do require a skilled worker visa. And for you to get a skilled worker visa, you should get a job that pays at least 30,700, which becomes almost impossible. It means that many immigrants in the country might not be able to bring in their dependents into the UK, or their dependent might not be able to switch with them in the UK since the student visa has been banned. Dependent visa on the health and care visa with operation code 61356136 has also been banned. So the easiest route now is the skilled worker visa. But the salary threshold requirement clause has made it a bit difficult to get a job in that particular space and bring your family into the United Kingdom. So the strategies are out there is a way forward. Now, the Labour has ordered a review of tourist plans to make British worker earn 30,700 or more in order to bring their spouse into the UK. Home Secretary also has given the MAC 9 months to report back on what the minimum income requirement for family visa should be. So this is not just affecting immigrants, this is also affecting British workers, those who probably fall in love or get married to non-British citizens. They might be required, of course, to make 30,700 before their partner can come in. Now, it was scheduled to rise to 34,500 and then 38,700 in by early 2025 as part of the previous government's plan to coordinate migration by 300,000 a year. But in a letter on Tuesday to Mark Chief Professor Brian Bell, Ms. Cooper, who is the Home Secretary, said this government is committed to bringing down net migration and creating a fair and coherent system, including a family migration policy. And also, I would like you to review the financial requirements and in particular regarding the level of minimum income requirements, the previous government proposals to increase it, and any other related consideration that we believe are relevant. So yeah, that's really the plan. Trying to like have conversation about this salary threshold requirement because to be fair, very few British workers or very few individuals in the UK actually earns that. And based on statistics, the median salary here in the UK is around 34 grand. So if you're not asking people to make more than the median salary in the country, then it means that very few people would be able to bring in a partner from the overseas, or many people able to get the skilled worker visa here in the United Kingdom. Now, the Home Secretary, Ms. Cooper, also stressed that the Labour is also committed to bringing down net migration, which rose to a record high 764,000 under the Conservatives. And she said that when Professor Bell reports back, she will consider the recommendation and decide whether they should be implemented. So even though the Migration Advisory Committee have been given the job to review all of this. The decision of implementing whatever suggestion they're bringing is still lies obviously with the government and the Home Office Secretary. But the truth is that the fact that they're even bringing it to the table to have a review of this, it's a movement to the right direction. So we're hoping some things will change in that regard. Now, the Tory ministers previously delayed the jump up to 30,700 salary threshold above the 34,963 median gross annual salary amid fear that the change could split up families living in the United Kingdom. Now, Ms. Cooper's review could mean plans to hike the minimum salary threshold to 30,700 could be scrapped altogether. The measure was expected to reduce net migration by tens of thousands. So yeah, the whole idea is no longer in news that the UK is trying so hard to reduce net migration and to ensure that very few people are able to come into the country and from the new from the Labour government's plans to train those who are already in the UK and make sure that companies in the country are not over reliant on foreign workers, which is the major plan, to be honest. And yeah, we haven't seen any implementation. There hasn't been any major decision on how this will be achieved, but that's the major plan of the Labour government to help with this migration. And I know for those who are already in the UK or those who are currently working in the UK, how many people actually earn up to £30,700? To be honest, very few people. And as I said at the beginning of the video, even within the NHS, which is a government organization, very few roles, pays up to 30,700. Many of the roles that pay over than that or more than that are more senior and managerial roles, to be honest. Especially in the public sector, they don't really pay as much. But yeah, that's just the reality of things. And as I said in one of my previous videos, if you're a family as an immigrant in the UK, the best person to look for the skilled worker visa sponsorship is the person that came in as the student because of the new entrant rule. But if you are the dependent, you must make the 38,700 before you're able to apply for the skilled worker visa. Now, campaign group Reunite Family welcomed the review of the salary threshold for family visas. Co-founders and executive director said, for too long, hidden in plain sight, the policy has devastated the personal life of countless loving couples and family who were denied the possibility of being together in the UK just because they didn't earn the right amount or could not meet the increasingly impossible order put in front of them in order to do so. And that's a set truth. And I think that's one of the things people are really fighting for. Because if this policy is being implemented, trust me, I've worked with so many, British nationals in the country. As a matter of fact, where I work at the moment, I'm the only black on the team, and I've worked with so many of them. Many of the British nationals don't really, work so long, and many of them are probably on part time, and of course they get like the salary prorated. Many of them are not really so eager to take up more responsibilities because of how it tampers with their private life. So very few of them are actually earning up to that amount. So even those who are managers are probably earning up to, let's say, 40, 50 grand. Many of them are on reduced hours. They work like part-time. So by the time you check out the salary they actually do earn, it's far below 30,700. And that's just the reality of things. So that decision is definitely going to break up so many families, and that's what the government is trying to avoid. And there's a plan to actually review this salary threshold requirement for the family visa before it gets implemented early 2025. So yeah, that's all about the salary threshold requirement for those who are in the UK on student visa or post-study work visa. There hasn't been much conversation about plan to review the skilled worker visa sponsorship, especially with the salary threshold requirements. But we're hoping conversation will definitely come around that very soon. And if you have any question around immigration or migrating into the UK, please put in the comment section. If you find this video informative or resourceful, do well to hit on the like button. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, do well to hit on the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family and my returning subscribers. Thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of this video, and I'll sure see you guys in my next video. Thank you.